Hello survivors and welcome to another Walking Dead Road to Survival video. In this video we're going to be taking a first look at S Class Clementine, who is going to be a new promo character coming to Road to Survival. And she is a Telltale character as well, one of my favourite characters, if not my favourite character in the Walking Dead universe. 100% the reason I started playing Road to Survival was because of Telltale, and like I say, Clementine Lee up there among anyone else pretty much. They are on my avatar, they are on my channel art, you know I love them, So we're going to go over Clementine as a character. Now visually, spoiler alert, she is going to look like she did near the end of the season, and basically she's got crutches and she's on one leg. I don't particularly like this, if I'm honest, because we didn't experience this Clementine for very long in the season. I would have much preferred a Clementine that had like the axe. I think a lot of people anticipated Clementine having the axe like she did in the key art for season 4, just kind of like the key art for season 1 was Lee with the axe. We had that, and I think that would have been really good. I thought that would have been really good. I'm not overly disappointed, but I would have preferred it that way. It's going to be interesting seeing the attack animation to this because her crutches are her weapon. But my guess is she will probably hit with one of the crutches and the other one she just won't hit with. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty insane. We'll look at her stats though. 4,691 attack, 4,100 defense, and 3,561 HP. Her trait is strong and her role is damage. We do get a lot of damage dealing S classes. She has got reasonable damage stat, not amazing. She is higher than a couple of damage dealers like Arav and stuff, but it's not in the leagues of Krista, not in the leagues of Priya. So she's not like one of the best, but she's sort of on average, maybe slightly above average on the attack stat. We'll look at the adrenaline rush. It is called Ruinous Dispersal. It has a 76 AP cost. Deal 800% damage to one enemy. Remove all positive status effects from that enemy and all adjacent enemies. So basically, Clementine is a heavy hitting character, but also will just cleanse the entire defense team that she's coming up against. All those positive effects, bonus defense, you know, everything, HP over time, anything that is positive will just get removed. This is actually really strong. Obviously, initially when I saw it, I was like, oh, she's a full teammate cleanse. She's not. She's a full enemy cleanse. So this is really nice. I like this quite a lot. And then the follow-up damage from other damage dealers will obviously do more, because if defense buffs are removed, they're not going to be as defensive, they're not going to be able to negate as much damage, and the damage output of characters like Arav and Henyen are going to be much, much better. So her rush, heavy hitting to 1, and remove all enemy positive effects is quite good. It doesn't really have much going on with it though, but I guess you could say removing all positive effects is actually quite a big deal. She has got an active skill, and this is where she's doing quite a lot of things. It has got an initial cooldown of 3, and number of uses 5. This character gets focus for 3 turns. Up to 3 teammates recover from impair and get 20 AP. It doesn't say 20%, it just says 20, but it could mean 20%. If it means 20%, I don't think this is great. But if it is just a flat 20, it is obviously going to be better, because you know, 20 is more than 20% for most characters. In some cases, for like 66 AP characters, that's around the 30% mark. So it's actually not too bad. Cleansing impair is kind of cool. I guess because this character is mainly going to be used on an attack team, you can decide when you want to do this yourself. She will lose a turn when you do this, so she won't be able to rush if you do this turn 3 where you would normally rush. On a defense team, she should prioritize her rush over her active skill if you do have her on a defense team, and her rush should come up turn 3, and her active skill is initial cooldown 3, so she should rush over doing the active skill. At least that's how it's worked with the majority of characters in terms of prioritization. Now here's where the big deal comes in with Clementine's kit, is that she is going to be a melee attack leader. Her leader skill is all strong and fast, which is all melee. I think they should have just put all melee, because there's a lot here. All strong and fast teammates get 25% attack and a huge bonus to AP when attacking. All enemies get minus 25% defense for 4 turns at the beginning of each wave. This is really good. While the 25% attack doesn't seem like a huge amount, the minus 25% defense just makes the attack boost massive. Your opening 4 turns means you're going to be able to get rushes off from most of your damage dealers. If you've got Arav, you're going to be able to get multiple rushes off in that time, most likely. So this is really nice. There aren't too many utility characters out there at the moment who can do defense down within the S class era. and Clementine just brings that with her leader skill. And I think this is one of the strongest leader skills in terms of how many things are getting done. Huge AP, attack bonus, and a defense down. I think the only character that does 3 things is Lao Po and Pete, who give HP, defense, and AP on defense. Both of them do the same defense skills. So this is a really nice leader skill, and obviously a lot of people have been asking for a leader skill to become available for a very long time that gives attack bonuses and AP on attack, and we finally have one. I think most people would probably be happy with 40% plus attack and just no 25% defense down. But I'm not too bothered. I think the combination is pretty much the same. It gives an initial impact with the defense down, and if you're not good enough or you're not quick enough with taking a team out, then you're going to get punished, and I think that's actually kind of good. It's like strategical. You're given a bonus for the first 4 turns, and after that, if you didn't manage to take him out in time, then you're going to struggle a bit more. Clementine, of course, does have a weapon, and it is Clementine's violent crutch. Now, it does say crutch rather than crutches, so I'm guessing it's that left crutch which she's got in the air, and she'll just walk over to someone and just smash them in the side of the head, which would actually be pretty bad because, as you can see, it looks like it's got like barbed wire on the end of it. Pretty brutal. It has got 30% attack, which is great because she is a damage dealer. A medium bonus to AP when attacking, which of course is the upgrade slot, so you want to change that to huge bonus if you can. And then the last slot is crosshairs. When attacking, a better chance to apply crosshairs to the enemy for 3 turns. This is the first time we've seen crosshairs on a weapon. I think stun on attack would probably be better for her. She would have some self-sustain if you got the upgraded version. But if you were to get this character, I'd probably just keep that, make this a 5-star weapon, and then put one of those self-sustain weapons in her hand. If I was to say like the best way long term to do that, that would be quite expensive to do just because armory tokens are very hard to come by. You'd have to 5-star 2 weapons to get that done. That's 100,000. Heavy investment to get that done, but that would be the kind of best weapon I think she could hold, would be that sort of weapon. You could start on a Michonne's katana, so it already has 30% base attack there as well. It already had very large as well, so you could actually get quite a lot of attack bonus on that weapon. So overall, I'm very happy with Clementine coming into the game. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that Lockdown would be happy with Clementine coming to the game? But what I'm very happy about is that she is actually a good character. She's not going to be a world beater, but she is going to be a good character for an attack team, especially with the amount of attack damage dealers that we've got running around without an attack leader in the S-Class era. Your Jameses, your Heng Yens, your Arabs, these guys are just like been crying in a corner looking at Krista with Priya. Like Priya's like one of the best leaders out there. So we have got something to compete with in the melee teams, and I know a lot of people just do like to run melee teams. In terms of how hard she hits, 800% damage to one enemy is a really, really heavy hit, and if she does that in the first 3 turns with the 25% attack boost and the 25% defense down, that's going to eliminate a lot of characters. So she should be one-shotting a lot of people. The remaining characters on the adjacents will be absolutely wiped in terms of their defense downs and stuff. So I actually kind of like this character a lot. I'm obviously going to do a pull. I would do a pull regardless just because it's a Telltale character. How many pulls I'm going to do, I'm not sure. I'll calculate it. I'll think about it. We'll see. But it'll be at least a 10 pull for sure. But I might do some more. We'll have to see. But I'm really happy that Clementine's in the game. I'm really happy that we have got a melee attack leader finally. And do give me your thoughts, guys. What are your thoughts on Clementine? Are you happy that there's another Telltale character coming into the game? Do you think they could have changed anything to make her different? The Clementines that we have had in the past have kind of been like first editions in terms of what they bring into the game. I think the original Clementine 5-star was one of the very first ever tenacity characters to come into the game. I could be wrong there. And the 6-star version was the first vitality character. They kind of didn't hit the mark on those characters, but this one I think is a lot better in terms of what we need and how good it is, basically. I think the rush maybe could have had something a little bit extra on top of it, maybe like a self buff or like maybe a self heal or something like that. I'm not sure, just something to self. I've always said, like, if a rush doesn't seem as massive, just put attack a little bit on just to self rather than like to team. Like this character gets 30% defense for 2 turns or something. Nothing's extreme, but it just seems like it's a bit of a more powerful rush that way. And I think it just feels like the rush just doesn't have that extra thing that a lot of other rushes do. But other than that, I have no real complaints. But good luck if you do pull for Clementine, guys. Best of luck. That is the end of my video. Thank you very much for tuning in. And as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.